Hello YouTube, my name's Matt and I'm from Blaze Mods. Today I'm bringing you guys an update video on my build Antares. So I don't really have footage of all the mods and all the changes that I made, but I do have some footage of me filling a loop, which I'll just roll a time lapse for you here in just a second. But afterwards we're going to go over, or I'll go over some of the mods or changes I did make, and I'll explain them to the best of my ability. And I've also got some numbers for you guys. I ran some benchmarks, got some temperatures for you, so you guys can look forward to that. In case you guys missed the first video that I put out on the loop that I put in this rig, I'll include a picture right now of the rig, what it looked like before, and that way maybe it'll help you see what all I changed. But probably what you see first is that I changed the GPU to be vertically mounted now. It was actually like that before when I didn't have a loop in it, and I really liked how that looked, and I just decided to mod that again. I just made an acrylic bracket for it, and I kind of just screwed it or bolted it to the back wall of the case there. Pretty simple stuff. I can show you guys more of that if you really want. I have some footage of that, but it was pretty quick and easy. Other than that, I also put in two 360s now. Before it just had a 360 U-flow on the top and a 240 U-flow in the front. Now it is a 360X flow in the top and a 360 U-flow in the front. I also installed the temperature sensor off of the port of the radiator that's in the top there. You can see it on the left hand side of the case. Other than that, you can also see that I changed the reservoir. That's now mounted on the front radiator with a Singularity PC's ethereal core reservoir mount. Picked that up from PBC's. It's a really great mount. I'll leave a link in the description below for that. Enough about the updates though. Let's talk about the hardware. So you guys can just go ahead and pause the video if you want to read all of the specs, but I'm going to move on to the stress tests and the benchmarks, which I ran 4 synthetic benchmarks and 4 realistic ones. For the synthetic benchmarks, I ran Real Bench Stress Test, Real Bench Benchmark, Firestrike Extreme, and Cinebench R15. Real Bench Stress Test was run for 30 minutes. All the other ones were just run until they completed, obviously. For the 4 realistic tests though, I ran 3 games and then a render test. For the 3 games, they were all run in 1440p with high or more settings with anti-aliasing on. And I was also recording the gameplay or encoding it at 1080p, 30 fps, and 3500 kilobit per second bitrate. But I figured that would just kind of be a pretty realistic load as far as anybody that games and like streams or just records gameplay. So that the data will definitely show that. For the render test though, it was just a 2-minute clip that was 2-pass rendered at 1080p, 60 frames per second. But let's move on to the graph that I have for you guys. I kind of compiled all the data into one graph just to make it simple and pretty easy to follow. As you can see, I have the CPU, GPU, VRM, and water temps. But what kind of surprised me was that the synthetic load was definitely the hardest on the CPU, you can see that. And then the GPU actually never got over 40 degrees Celsius, but I mean, it's running at a stock overclock, which is just over like 2000 megahertz on the core and just over 8000 on the memory as well. So it's not too intense, but it definitely gets the job done for me at least. But that's all the data I have for you guys. I hope I didn't bore you too much with this video. There's definitely going to be more coming up. I'm getting all the parts in for another build just this week, so you definitely have to stay tuned for that, and I'll be posting a video as soon as possible. as well as I'm still going to be working on my dad's custom loop, just a CPU loop for his computer, so you're going to see more water cooling work. I'm sorry you missed the stuff for this rig, but I can try to make up for it with some pretty nice pictures I have of it. I took with my new lighting setup and a new backdrop, as you guys may have noticed I got. So you guys can let me know what you think of the quality, I mean just overall with everything that I've been doing lately. Let me know in the comments below if you think that I've been improving. Other than that, you can leave a like and check out these pictures obviously that are coming up. But I appreciate all you guys' support. We're nearly at 250 subscribers, so let's see if we can get there this week. That'd be a great goal to reach. So I hope you all have a great day, and I'm going to leave the rest up to you.